Good evening, everyone. Hello everyone and welcome to Invictus Racing League's Mini F2 League. Whilst we wait for the brand new game of F1 25 developed by EA Sports and Codemasters, we have decided to tide over a little bit with a Mini F2 Championship. We've got a 4-race season coming up, which is going to be exciting for everyone to get involved in. We're just waiting for one or two drivers to get into the lobby. We're having a couple of technical issues on their side, but they should be joining us pretty swiftly. Well, as I was saying, a 4-round championship that we've all got a lot to look forward to today. I'm sure it will be a fascinating adventure for everybody involved in Formula 2 cars, which is a chance for the drivers to show off their talents and abilities out here in the Netherlands at Zandvoort. So it is going to be an exciting session. I'm really looking forward to it. We have 2 races this evening. We have a one-shot qualifying system for the first race, a 15-lap sprint. Then we'll have a reset of the lobby. After the reset of the lobby, we will have the reverse grid order for the feature race. So it's going to be fascinating to see how the drivers get along. Good evening, Calvin. Good to see you, mate. Good luck this evening as well. Hope everything goes right and well for you. We have everybody in by the looks of things, so I'm just going to give everyone the message to say lobby will start at 20:04, so in less than 2 minutes time. I'm really excited though to see how these guys get on today. It is going to be a new adventure for quite a number of them. They've not been in this championship before. We've got a bunch of new drivers in for this evening as well. I'll go through those in just a few moments time, and I've got to say it's something to look forward to for everybody. If you've not seen us race before, if you're new watching Invictus here in this special little championship that we have going on, do give us a subscription if you could. If you're watching on YouTube, really great. If you could like the video and subscribe to us, it'd be great to have you involved. And this is obviously going to be a nice chance for the championship, who've just come under new management, if you wish to say, sort of thing. It's a good chance for everyone to see how these new rules, regulations and new direction goes on ahead. So we are about to get underway here in just a moment's time. Like I say, the lobby will start at 20:04. Got a whole range of drivers who most of you will be familiar with if you've been with Invictus Racing League for quite a long time. You've got the drivers here that I'm highlighting. A couple of champions in the mix as well, in the form of Gattuso, Ruddo24, Bjorn de Boer, Ash Tube, infamous within the IRL, of course. We have just ticked over to the time, so I've just pressed the ready up button, although to be honest with you, I can unready and then press spectating, and everyone else can ready up for me instead. That'll be a bit easier. Countdown timer started. If you're wondering what the calendar is, how the championship plays out this evening, we are obviously here 22nd of April. The Netherlands is the first race we'll have. We'll go to Baku, Azerbaijan next week. Then on the 6th of May we'll be off to the Hungaroring, and Silverstone will round out the season on the 13th of May. All of the races will be live streamed and commentated on by myself and JVH99, who isn't here this evening, but he will be joining us for the remainder of the season. We're going into qualifying, a one-shot for everyone. The drivers have preset setups, so it's a bit more of an open playing field for this evening. So the drivers will need to factor in that during their their runs during the race, during qualifying, and find out what setup preset works for them. We've ran F2 leagues in the past with Invictus Racing, and we've run setups. This time we decided to change it up a little bit. We are just waiting for players to select their cars, their machines. Obviously the F2 car, very different from the Formula 1 car. You know, we're looking at a 3.4 litre V6 engine in the back of these Dallara spec machines. It's a 6-speed gearbox as well, so not 8 gears like we have in Formula 1, 6 gears in the F2 car, 620 horsepower, peaking at about 8,750 revolutions per minute. So quite a lot going on. The drivers are ready. Let's see how we get on for qualifying around this 14 corner circuit. Here we go then. Following on board with Gattuso, who's in the Van Amersfoort racing car, as we blast towards turn 1. Let's ride on board with Gattuso. Heavy braking zone into turn 1, down through the gears for the season 19 champion. Second gear, he ran a little bit wide there, did Gattuso. Then he lines up turn 2 into turn 3. This is the left hand that can be really easy to oversteer out of this corner, but that's nice and steady from the current champion. Heading towards turn 4 then, 5 at the left-hander, completely flat, and turn 6 is flat as well. Difficult right-hander here for the drivers at turn 7, and Gattuso running a little bit wide there as he approaches turn 8. Nice use of the curves for the VAR driver. Touch wide at the right, he's right to the limit there of the white line, but gets away with it through the turn number 10 here, and that's the first of the DRS lines that he's just activated. Not going to have much of an effect, I don't believe, in the first sprint race, but he's got to get his braking zone right, does Gattuso. He runs a touch deep into 11, that compromised him at 12, and then on the power as fast as he can towards 13. Easy to ride the curb on the inside, rides a little bit of the outside, no problem at all for the champion. Flat through the final corner. What is this going to do? He's in 7th at the moment. It is 7th. It's 6/10 off pole position, which goes the way of Bjorn de Boer. Great effort from him. So he takes the first pole position of the season. So let's have a look at the drivers that are here then. It's Bjorn de Boer who's on pole position. It's Clips Kiri lining up in 2nd place. Shortbread and Ruddo are in 3rd and 4th with Maras and Ginger Tiger. Gattuso, XL Jamie 7th and 8th. DXT Matty 22, Nitrogash are in the top 10. Ash Tube, IRC Bruce, Kent, Anthony Hunt, Matty Rudd, Mikey RK13, Lionel Griesby, Sir Spud, O Stephen, and Mitch GK90 was disqualified in 20th. Looks like we've had a little bit of an issue with the manual gears. Right, looks like we've got a bit of an issue, which is a bit frustrating, but there we are. That's what happens. Teething issues do happen. It's also kind of difficult, if I'm being completely honest, whilst being broadcaster, commentator, admin, setting all this up. But hey ho, we will reset everything. You know, at the end of the day, fundamentally, there were a few issues. So let's go back into creating a session, and we'll get everybody back in. This just happens, you know. It's an unfortunate way of life that happens at times when it comes to everything being brand new. And I will go back into it, make sure it's all set, because at the end of the day, that's what we want for everyone. I'll make sure that all of the settings are correct for everybody involved. We don't want to be horrible to everybody. There you go. That's everything. Yeah, that's the problem. It needed to be allowed to man automatic. That was the issue there. We have, of course, a starting grid. It should be a custom grid, long, and we're going to have to do it like that. I think that's the only way that we're going to be able to get that to work. And then we'll go into Zandvoort. Difficulty, everything else looked like it was going to be quite a glowery sky, so we will go with overcast. Session is approximate. Rules and flags, everything else is okay. We'll just make sure that that setting is set to standard, which it is, and we'll be able to redo this again, which is a bit frustrating, and I do apologise to everyone who's watching, but we've got to get it right. And I've now got to set the grid manually, so that's going to take a little bit of time. But at the end of the day, fundamentally, we just want to make sure everyone is in, everyone is racing, and we will go from there. So we will get through. We get through everyone. Thankfully, I have everybody on the friends list, so that's quite straightforward for me to go through. Go down the list and it's relatively straightforward, but this is what happens. You know, you have these, as I keep saying, you have these teething issues, and to be honest with you, it's one that's borne the brunt of me. It's nobody else's fault. It's one that I just missed out on when I was setting up the lobby, so blame me for making us run a little bit late, to be honest with you. I've invited everyone I can. So it took us a bit of time, but we are now pretty much back to where we need to be. And what I've got to do now is just make sure that I set the grid up correctly, because we don't want that to be wrong either, do we, ladies and gentlemen? Otherwise everyone's going to be all over the place. So we've got 35% race for the 14 laps, so we don't actually need to reset the lobby, which is a positive. And we are going to have a pit stop race. Yeah, this is going to be really, really awkward. I've just been thinking about it whilst we were setting it all up, so that's a bit frustrating. Grid editor. So it's Beyond the Bolt who was on pole position. It's Clips Kiri who was in second. We had Shortbird in P3. We also had Ruddo in fourth position. We had Maras in fifth place. Great qualifying from Maras to be up in fifth place. We had Ginger Tiger in P6. We had Gattuso in seventh position. Eighth spot went the way of XL Jamie. Ninth place went the way of DXT Matty 22. We had Nitro Gash in 10th position. Outside of that, we had Ash Tube, who is in 11th place. RC Bruce will line up in 12th position. It was Kent and then Anthony Hunt in 13th and 14th. Ash Tube, who isn't here yet, there it is actually. Ash Tube, who was 11th, it was Bruce in 12th, it was Kent in 13th. And then in 14th position, it was Anthony Hunt. Following on from there, I know that Mitch GK90 was in a little bit further down, but we had Matty Rudd in 15th place. Mikey and Matty Morris, aka Lionel Griesby, they were inverted. Spud and O'Stephen, who is, obviously it says I'm in 19th place, but that's not the case. And we're waiting on to Spud, that's who we're missing. So confirm those changes. That's what we've got for the time being. So I need O'Stephen and we need Spud as well, who's missing. We're going to have a little bit of a change of the format for this evening. There you go, Calvin, I've sent you an invite. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it fair so that we can have everything in the way that it should be, but the problem is that we will have to restart the lobby again come the feature race. So that's something that I'm trying to make people be aware of. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of trepidation, shall I say, within the comments at the moment, and I'm trying my best, guys. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to make everything be as calm and as easy as we possibly can make it. We've got the grid fully set though. Thankfully that's all sorted. We're going to Okay, everyone is ready to ready up. We've took a little bit of time. Everyone is now starting to ready up. Told everyone to ready up, and yet Stephen, who was explaining about his issues with the car, has not yet selected it. So where has he disappeared off to? Hi Shortbread, nice to see you in the chat, mates. Good to have you in with us this evening. Apologies about the issues we've had tonight. It is a bit frustrating. I'll make sure I'm spectating because that would help. Everything is okay, there are no issues, we're just going for it. The grid is set, we will have formation lap on. If we don't, I'm going to cry. Thank you to Merck who's saying good luck to everybody. We should have everything set up. If it isn't, it's on me. So, if you've just joined us, welcome back to Invictus Racing League. Apologies about the delay. We should be about partway through the sprint at this point, but alas, we are not. We've had to make sure that all the lobby was set up correctly, ensure that everything was in the right place technically. It's a bit of a bum ache really when the game won't allow the drivers to return back to the lobby after a sprint so that we could do a race. But hey ho, that's just how things are. We will manage it as best as we possibly can, and this is what this is for. This is why we've got a mini championship. It helps us discover all of those little issues that we might be facing and iron them all out. You know, it isn't an easy, as the Spud has just said, it's not an easy thing to do. It is quite technically demanding, and when you're broadcasting, league admin, commentator and technical director effectively of the Discord all in one go, that can be quite difficult to manage. But at the end of the day, it's about staying calm and getting everybody in the right place. So drivers are getting their setups aligned. And we will see how everybody gets on. I am really excited to see the drivers navigate this championship in these cars. You know, it is a track that has typically been on the Formula 2 calendar over the last few years. It's not on this season's calendar. There were a few problems that they had last season. The countdown timer is ticking down. I can hear it, you just can't see it on the screen. So we are about to get underway here. There we go, the drivers are on track, everyone's in the right place, and the formation lap is underway, and we don't have ghosting on, thankfully. That was just the way the lobby works. So Bjorn de Boer is going to be leading us off towards turn 1, and this track, steeped in history. It was first opened in 1948. It's been hosting events pretty much since then. Track has had a few iterations over the years. It's had about 4 or 5 different iterations. The most recent, of course, is the banking we've just gone round at turn 3 and the final corner as well. So track, 78 years it's been open for. It's fantastic to have it as part of the Formula 1 calendar and the Formula 2 support bill over the years. Like I said a moment ago, though, not on the F2 Championship calendar this time around this year. Fastest lap around here, if you're interested to know, it's a 1:23.0 by Frederick Vesti. but that was done in the old spec F2 Dallara cars. So what you're seeing right now is the F2 Dallara 2024 cars. The fastest lap was done in the 2018 spec. So these cars are a little bit quicker. Expect those lap times to tumble later on in the event. Maybe we'll see some interesting developments during qualifying. I'm fascinated to know whether Bjorn de Boer will take the race victory, the first race victory in the sprint, or whether it'll be Clips Kiri or Shortbread or Ruddo, you know, in their respective cars. Good to see you, Ivan. Nice to hear from you. Thank you very much, friend. Really good to have you watching us this evening. We've got two cars who are already back at the start finish line. Looks like Anthony Hunt and Line of Greasby have collided together as Ginger Tiger gets overtaken by somebody flying towards the start finish line, but not the end of the world. There's the Van Amersfoort cars, Gattuso and XL Jamie. You've got, of course, DXT Matty, his teammate on pole position. So it'll be down to DXT Matty to make sure he gets himself further up the field. But the cars are now lining up on the grid. And we've got Bjorn de Boer waiting for quite some time. So we've got the 5 red lights here for the sprint in the F2 Mini League. And the race is live here at Zandvoort. It's a good start from Clips Kiri. He's going to be on the inside towards turn 1. Bjorn de Boer sneaks out wide, trying to give each other enough racing room. And it's Bjorn de Boer who still hangs on to the lead. Ruddo's dropped down a spot. He's in 5th place. That's contact in the wall. That's DXT Matty. That's the 2 Invictus cars off. It's absolute carnage at turn 3. Ginger Tiger, Nitro Gash, Gattuso, DXT Matty all caught up in that. That was a case of 4 cars into 1, just wouldn't go. Incredibly, we don't have a safety car despite all that. There's 3 wide going at turn number 7. Kent on the inside of all of that. They just about survived, but that was exceptionally close. The 2 high-tech cars of Kent and Anthony Hunt trying to go down the inside of his teammate here. Keep it nice and clean, gentlemen. It's IRC Bruce we're on board with at the moment. He's going to go to the inside of Anthony Hunt and goes through. Nice opportunistic overtake from the IRC driver, but Anthony is going to try and strike back into the chicane. And he's got a bit more overspeed. Bruce brakes a little bit later and they go off the road. Oh, and there's more contact between those. Stephen Kent's gone off the road as well into the gravel trap. There's more chaos. The drivers are very, very rusty with their racecraft. Mikey up to 13th. Line of Greasby up to 10th place. What a start for the Wirral driver. But it's Bjorn de Boer who leads the present pack. And they've got a nice gap, the front 5. They're a second clear. That's Shortbread having a little bit of a knock with the MP Motorsport of Maras. About to get away. Ginger Tiger to add insult to injury with his broken front wing. He's got a 10-second time penalty. And there's a yellow flag out there. Let's just see if we can get the track map up. There we go. We've got everything available to us. Everyone on the medium tyre. Have a look at the position change situation at the moment. Like I said, Matty Rudd 7 spots. A great start for him in the ART. Line of Greasby up 7 spots. Oh, Stephen up 7 spots. Mitch GK from the back of the grid looking at the inside of Mikey. Coming through turn 9 and 10. I think XL Jamie, yeah, I thought someone had gone round and Matty Rudd has gone round. He was level, I think, with XL Jamie. He's going to drop back down the grid. So commentators curse, unfortunately, for Matty there. He's down to 16th place. Someone going through the gravel trap that looks like Mitch GK, and he does go round and Mikey gets tagged as well. He won't be too pleased about that. Well, the Premier driver, he's gone backwards. Yellow flags galore so far in the race this evening, but it's the front 5, front 6 actually. Ashtube has got involved with the group. They don't know about any of that. But the 2 MP Motorsport cars having a great time. That's the inside from Maras past his teammate. And YB Maras, OJ, normally a driver who in the Formula 1 cars for sure is knocking around the top 10, having a fantastic start to his F2 campaign here. Shortbread there, Ruddo just a little bit further back. More chaos going back with DXT Matty, and the two Matties are side by side round the outside. At turn 7, you can't do that through there, and somehow they've managed to survive it. Little bit of diffuser to wing contact there as they break into turn 8. They get away with it in terms of the damage. We ride on board with Mitch. On the inside is the Dams car, a little bit of contact. And the DRS is now open, and for Matty Rudd it doesn't look like he's got DRS, so Mitch has got a chance at the outside of the chicane, but he thinks better of it. In the Red Bull livery car, Gattuso as well, he was one who got caught up earlier. Gattuso was in the middle of the 4 cars that were going into turn 3 together, which just was never going to work, but it looks like he's got away with it without any damage. Kent, he got caught up in that. He's got front wing end plate damage. Nitro, he's got damage as well. Mikey's dropped further back. I don't think he has any damage though, as far as I'm aware. So it'll be down to Mikey to catch the 2 injured F2 cars in front of him. But beyond the ball, a second to the good. How's the DRS at the moment? He's got the 2 MP Motorsport cars of Maras and Clips behind him. If you're wondering why the 2 MP Motorsport cars, by the way, don't have the same livery, it's down to sponsorship dealings. That was Zach O'Sullivan's car that Maras is driving, and obviously he didn't finish the season in Formula 2 last time around. So budget is certainly a big difference. I know it says Colapinto on the front, but it was Zach O'Sullivan originally in that car. There's Shortbread. There's a yellow flag. Oh, that is... I think that's good. Yeah, I was going to say that's Gattuso who's gone round. And I think Mikey's gone all by himself at turn number 9. So, not ideal for him. Here comes Maras on the inside of his teammates. Nice clean overtake. Whoa, Shortbread just getting away with that in the ART. And Ruddo keeping a watching brief in the 24, of course. Ruddo driving the 24, it's part of his PSN name. And Lionel Griesby, driver of the day so far, up from 17th into 7th place, past XL Jamie, who's now got Bruce for company. Then it's Anthony Hunt. There's another yellow flag out there, and I think that's Kent, who has retired from the race at the exit of turn 1, so his damage clearly too much to carry on. So we'll see what Kent can do in the feature race. He will be starting from the back of the feature race. And that's a move to the inside from Bruce. That was late, but nicely done from the AIX car. And Bruce moves himself into P8. Wow. Anthony Hunt moving up a spot as well, I just noticed. Yeah, late on the brakes from him. James. Oh, and round goes Anthony Hunt. And this is the thing with these F2 cars, ladies and gentlemen, that people don't realise, is that they're very easy, they're very susceptible to losing traction quickly. They don't have the same 8-speed gearbox. You know, they've got longer gear ratios. Ginger Tiger, I think, has just gone round all nitric acid. It was one of the 2 Invictus cars anyway that had gone round, but the tyres spin up very, very easily. So it's catching a few out. We've got the 2 Matties side to side again, side pod to side pod. XL Jamie's gone round at the exit of turn 1, but so far the 2 Matties keeping outside of each other's side pods, which is always beneficial. And so Spud running in 13th place, but he's got Anthony Hunt, who's recovering from his spin, planted onto the rear wing of the Trident car in front of us. Beyond the ball, by the way, 1.5 seconds to the good in his car. The pole sitter having a great time at the minute. There's another yellow flag out there, and I think that is for... it's Mitch. Yeah, I thought Mitch had gone round, so that's unfortunate for Mitch. Here comes Anthony Hunt, DRS. I didn't think it'd be that effective, but it has played its part. Spud still leaving it on the outside of turn number 11, then inside for turn 12. But Anthony is going to have... Well, I was going to say he's going to have the traction, but I think Anthony backed off there so that he could get DRS and get past Spud down the straight. Let's stick with the high-tech driver. DRS wide open. He's closing the gap, but he's not close enough. So I wonder if Sir Spud is running with a little bit less wing than the high-tech driver. Close between O'Stephen and DXT Matty. O'Stephen up 9 places. Great drive from him. Very close for the fight for second to fifth. I think Bjorn de Boer is starting to check out in the Dams car. But this is a good quartet that we have here, and tyre wear is a factor as well. We know that the mediums don't particularly last well around this track. They do tend to burn up quite quickly. And yet here we are. On the inside goes Shortbread into third place. Maras tries to go past him. A little bit of a push to pass that, I have to say, from Maras. If Shortbread decides to put a ticket in, he can do. But that's going to compromise the pair of them, because here comes Ruddo 24. He's... Oh, Maras just squeezing Shortbread wide there. And he loses a spot as a result. Maras definitely getting his elbows out. But this has been a real frenetic opening round of this F2 Mini League. We've got battles all over the track. Ashtube was with this group before, but I think he made a mistake earlier. He's dropped 4 seconds away. Lionel Griesby, 8 seconds away in his own little planet. Matty is his real name. Sadly for him, he's the first of the non-point scorers in the sprint. If you're wondering how we do the points for the sprint race, it's the top 6 drivers who get points. So 6 for first place, 5 for second, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 for Ashtube in 6. So Lionel Griesby in 7th. Bruce, DXT Matty, we've got O'Stephen and Matty Rudd together. Matty will be delighted about that. Anthony Hunt has got past the Spud in the end. You've got XL Jamie in 14th, Mitch GK 90th, 15th. Nitro, Mikey, Ginger, the 2 Invicta cars having a nightmarish time. And Gattuso has been in the pits alongside Ginger Tiger, who has recalled Mikey RK13. You know, I imagine Mikey will be overtaken by Ginger pretty swiftly. Hello to the Wolf, who's just commented to say, I thought IRL was ending. Anything but the Wolf. The IRL has been reinvigorated by a brand new team, and this is the first product of the fruits of the team so far. A lot of action. We will have a season 20 coming up. Season 21 coming up, I should say. And we will be racing on Formula 1 25. As Sir Spud picks up the first time penalty in terms of track limits. And Ginger Tiger does indeed pass Mikey. Fastest lap of the race so far, Gattuso 121.3, won't get a bonus point for that. Just trying to... We can have the telemetry open, which is quite nice to be fair. Trying to find, yeah, there we go, the penalty situation. So Spud, definitely the first driver to get a track limits penalty, as XL Jamie goes past Mitch for 13th place. So the Van Amer Sport racing cars in front, but here comes Mitch. He's going to be on the outside. That's exceptionally close, and he goes through. Great move, really brave from Mitch. A late entry into the championship. He wasn't even on the entry list 2 hours ago, but he has appeared for the Campos team. The only Campos driver in tonight. Rashka 95 is the other Campos driver, but he's unavailable this evening, which is a shame. Now, can Jamie fight back here? Can he get up to the back of the Campos car in front of him? He can, but he more of a feint of a look at the inside at turn 1. So Spud, though, does get a good look at him. It's going to be on the outside for turn number 2 and 3, and Spud thinks slightly better of it. Wheel-to-wheel contact, though. Those 18-inch Pirellis certainly stand out on the F2 chassis, but robust enough to survive little bits of contact. The two Matties are with O'Stephen in ninth place. It's really hard to keep on top of all the action, ladies and gentlemen. Got Matty Rudd trying to go to the inside of O'Stephen. That was brave. He's going to have DRS wide open, and Matty being thwarted here by O'Stephen because O'Stephen has a slightly damaged front wing. So Matty just trying to figure his way out as Maras and Clips re-overtake each other for second and third position. And that's a time penalty for O'Stephen, and he's a bit all over the shop. This is Matty's best opportunity that he's had all the way through his fight for ninth place. He's going to go to the inside. He goes through the X-Team Matty. Oh, that door was open and he's going to make contact, and that was inevitably going to happen. He went for a gap that was always going to close. It's a 10-second time penalty for Jamie. But that gap was always going to close. There was always going to be contact. I'm just glad they didn't go around. Maras has gone off the road. And he drops out of the top four fight. He is still in fifth place, but we just caught the tail end. He must have ran wide at turn 8. And that threw him off the track on the entrance to turn 9. So the leading quartet becomes a trio. And it's all to play for now because Clips Kiri's in second, Ruddo's in third, Shortbread's fourth. We've got a yellow. Oh, Maras has gone round again. He's just got to get those tyres cooled down. He's just got to take a step back from him. He's still going to score a point from the sprint race. It's still been a great drive from the MP Motorsport car, but he's just got to stay calm. Ruddo up into second place. Can Clips go underneath? That's great car control. But he just doesn't have the traction that Ruddo had. Really frenetic action here at Zandvoort. Lap 12 of the race. Would you believe lap 12 of the sprint race? It has blown by in a flash. O'Stephen in the pits. That damage clearly too much for him, and maybe I've seen a few drivers making pit stops. Maybe the tyre wear is really difficult around here for the drivers to navigate. We'll have to catch up with them in the post-race chat. But the real fight at the moment is this trio for second place. Ruddo 24. Let's just get position changes up because we'd like to see those now. Beyond the Ball leads. He's 4.2 seconds clear, but he's got Ruddo in second place, Clips in third, Shortbread in fourth place. And Ruddo's in a compromised position now. He's got two cars behind him with the DRS. They'll be looking to make an overtake. They might not do it on this lap. They might wait till the end of lap 14. They might just decide to sit behind the AIX car before making a move. But then, having said that, here comes Clips Kiri to the inside at turn number 1. He's going to be through before they get to the braking zone. Ruddo staying on the outside and just blocking any opportunity for Shortbread to make a move back past. But the debutant in IRL, one of the number of debutants in for this mini season, Shortbread 224, someone I know quite well. I've commentated on him in different leagues. There's a yellow flag, but I think that's for one of the cars going into the pits. Must have slowed down. But Shortbread, I've watched him in other championships. He's a very strong driver, is Shortbread. It's great to have him on board with IRL, and he's making a real good go of it here at Zandvoort. Ashtube is in 5th place. That's quite a lonely race for 5th position. Maras has dropped to 6th, and he's got to be just mindful that right now, and I've just noticed, yeah, he's got a damaged front wing. I was going to say, Lionel Griesby's catching him here. What a story this would be. Lionel Griesby getting into the top 6. That would be absolutely fantastic. First time we've seen Lionel Griesby in IRL for a long, long time. His return to the championship as well. But if he could get a 6th place, that would be pretty impressive. We've got, I think that's Nitro Gas who's gone round. Yeah, the Invictus cars are having a really rough time of it. And it all stemmed, ladies and gentlemen, from what happened earlier in the race. You know, from that 4 wide at turn 1. Both Invicta cars got caught up in the carnage, and sadly they're not in the best position, but they will be in a more advantageous position from the feature race, because they will be starting effectively in 6th and 7th places if they finish where they are right now. But we are on the penultimate lap here in the Formula 2 sprint race. We've got Clips still in 2nd position in front of Ruddo, who will be probably lining up a move, if he can, on the exit of turn number 14. Down through the gears, the V6 engine screaming as we ride on board. And Ruddo really early on the power. You can hear the tyres scrambling for grip. Nice line from all 3 of the drivers actually, but I'd say Clips and Ruddo were just a touch better, and he's right in the wheel tracks of the MP Motorsport car. Clips will go to the inside line, no doubt. No, as he stays in the middle of the road, he gives Ruddo the option to go down the inside, and that is a move completed for Ruddo 24. He goes from 4th on the grid to 2nd. Nice overtake from him. Shortbread still hunting in the background. If these two trip over each other, I'm sure Shortbread will be delighted to just take a 2nd place. Oh, Clips all over the rear diffuser of the Dallara-shaped F2 car in front of us, but just can't find a way through yet. But this has been a spectacular sprint race to watch. We'll cut forward to Bjorn de Boer in a moment, because he's had an easy race at a canter out at the front for this sprint event. And Clips one last opportunity. He's going to be close. He's going to have that DRS. Ruddo wise to it, covers the inside line. Runs a little bit deep at the chicane. Clips just not quite close enough yet. We'll cut forward though to the man who's rounding the final corner. He's been imperious at the front. It's your first winner of the season for the Mini F2 League in the sprint race. It's Bjorn de Boer who takes it. It's going to be at the line. It's Clips Kiri who snatches 2nd from Ruddo on the line. Shortbread takes 4th. Great end to the race there. Well done to Ashtube. 5th place, a lonely one for him, but he'll take points on the board. YB Maras, first points for him in the F2 League. Well done to him. Lion Agreesby, most improved driver from his grid slot, 17th to 7th for the Prema man. IRC Bruce is 8th with Matty Rudd in 9th. Close between DXT Matty and Anthony Hunt, but they stay in 10th and 11th respectively. Sir Spud, the number 22 in the Trident. He will finish in 12th position. He'll casually come across the line. What could be for the Invicta Racing drivers in 13th and 14th place? Mikey's going to be very close, but he will take 14th thanks to Ginger's 10-second time penalty for his stop and go. FRL Stephen as a result moves up to 15th. Ginger Tiger 16th. Gattuso in the VAR will start in 17th position. There he is across the line. Mitch actually gets past him thanks to penalties. And then it was, of course, Jamie, the last car, in 19th place. Well, take a breath, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fabulous race. Lion Agreesby getting the sprint race driver, and rightfully so. Great result for him to go from what was 17th place to 7th. There's the drivers just getting up on the podium, but Bjorn de Boer, that's confident form for him to take into the feature race. But how is his racecraft? Can he come through the field from 19th on the grid? We shall see. Let me just get the results on the screen for you in terms of it here. So Bjorn de Boer will take that first place with Clips, Kiri, Ruddo, Shortbread, Ashtube and YB Maras taking the last of the points. Then you've got Lion Agreesby, IRC Bruce, After RR City Bruce, you've got Matty Rudd, you've got DXT Matty, Anthony Hunt, Spud, Nigel Gash, Mikey, FRLO Stephen, Ginger Tiger, Mitch GK, Gattuso XL, Jamie, Kent, the only DNF from this race, but he will start 20th as a result of his DNF instead. So the session will move on. What I will do is I will exit, and I will now go and set up the feature race, which is a little bit frustrating, if I'm being frank with everybody. I wish we didn't have to do it in this way, but alas, we do. So we're just waiting for the next session to move forward. It's Kelvin saying I should not have got that penalty, got pushed off track. We will just wait for a minute. There we go. Now I can quit. Fantastic. That's what I was waiting for. And I will now set up the next lobby for us all. And like I say, this is, it's still teething issues that we have to settle. And this isn't the ideal way of doing it. I will be completely honest. This is something that we have set up within IRL. But again, we have to figure these things out, we have to make things work, and that's why we've got this little F2 league, so that we can work on all of these little issues that we might be facing. And I will be able to get all that going in just a moment. Netherlands is over there, thank you very much. Weekend structure is, of course, the custom grid, which I've got. Feature race only, and of course the session length is long. We need to make sure the assist restrictions are okay, so it's a automatic gearbox and corners only for the dynamic racing line. And now I can invite everybody in, and then I'll work on the other settings. Well, it was a fabulous race. I really did enjoy that. There was carnage on the first lap, and that's not what we want to see, to be honest with you. It's not something that we don't want collisions, we don't want contact. Just sent an invite to somebody who actually isn't part of IRL. Well done, Jack. But this is a matter of racing at the moment. For these drivers, they might be a little bit rusty. And that is certainly the case for a few of them. But fundamentally, these drivers, they will get up to speed, and over the next couple of weeks you will see and we saw some really good strong racecraft from a good number of the drivers on the field, but we will see more of that. We will absolutely see more of that. I'm really excited. I'm absolutely excited to see how the drivers will navigate the feature race, because of course the feature race does have a pit stop, so the drivers are going to have to get out there and figure out what is the best strategy for them. How are they going to navigate this 20-lap race? Someone's watching saying this must be soul destroying, watching you scroll through every single one. I wish there was a quicker way of doing it. I wish you could bulk invite people, to be honest. Hi to Max Verstappen. Don't know if it is actually you, Max, but if it is, good season so far, mate. like we've got 18 drivers in. We are missing 2 at the moment. Gattuso is one of those drivers. Excuse me, apologies for that. We've got 19 drivers. I'm just trying to check who the other driver is. I think Stephen should be part of the admin community here, because he's absolutely on it when it comes to making sure the settings are all correct. So thank you, Stephen, for that. Should be sorted now, matey. So there we go. We've got the 20 cars. Everyone is back. We just need to wait for Mitch GK to... Well, Mitch GK can pick his car. So let us have a look at the custom grid. Let's get that sorted then. I've got my information here. I know who finished where. So we will have, starting at the front, we'll have XL Jamie. Just takes a bit of time to get this sorted. It will then be Gattuso starting in second. Third position we will have Mitch GK, who's a bit further down. Fourth place we will have Ginger Tiger, who's already there, so that's lovely. We'll have O'Stephen in 5th position. Mikey RK13 will be next up in 16th place, or 6th place rather, I should say. 7th place will go the way of Nitrogash, then it's a Spud after him. After Sir Spud, we'll then have Anthony Hunt and DXT Matty. And then that's your top 10. Then starting in 11th place, we'll have Matty Rudd and IRC Bruce. So those two are actually nicely together. Liner Greasby, after his 7th place, will start in 13th. Next up from there, it'll be Ash Tube. Actually, no, it won't. It'll be Maras, then it'll be Ash Tube. And then following on from him, it will be Shortbread, Ruddo, Clips, Beyond the Ball, and Kent at the back because he retired from the race. That's everyone sorted. Confirm those changes. We are ready to go. So for those that are watching the stream and you've taken part, do ready up. So that's great, and there have been a couple of suggestions that have been coming in so far from a number of drivers who are in the lobby saying, could we change it for next week? Could it be a case of 12, a top 12 get reversed instead of the whole grid? Because that's perfectly fine. It is an option. We saw some drivers making pit stops, and that could be because you know, to be honest with you, they might be thinking it's an advantageous position for them to, you know, start at the back or finish at the back of the sprint race, start at the front for the feature, get a little bit of some extra points on the board. It's true. There can be a bit of gamesmanship there. So it's really good. It's really good that everyone is having a think about it, and we welcome all those opinions. It's important that everyone has a voice in IRL. Make sure that we're not going to be unreasonable, of course, for anyone who is putting suggestions forward. It helps us, helps to grow the league. But I think one thing we've hit onto here is that the racing has been excellent to watch when we got into the nitty gritty of it. It's put me in a car that I shouldn't be in, but that's okay. This won't be a problem. I'll be able to spectate for everybody, so it won't be a problem at all. I know it looks like that I'm part of the race. I'm actually not. It's on me, that for. Getting for sorted. There we go. The race is about to get underway. It's going to be exciting to see how everybody does for the session. And let's just have a look at the race strategy. That's what's projected according to the default settings here. We've got 12 laps on the medium compound tyre, 8 for the soft. We'll see if some drivers decide that they're going to use the soft or otherwise. We shall see. Let's take us on board for a lap as Kent does a donut. Let's do a lap here. On board with an F2 car. I'm not going to do anything too major, of course. I'm not daft. I'm not competing with anybody else. But you can see that the challenges that the drivers have as Anthony Hunt goes off there at turn 1. He's waiting for everyone to come back on track. He gets overtaken by his teammate. You can see the banking here at turn 3 that we're coming up to. A couple of drivers were losing the back end. You can see the elevation change. If you put the power down a little bit too early, it can cause some absolute nightmares. I'll let Kent go past the cuts. We swing our way through the next left and right complexes here at 5 and 6, and then over the top at turn number 7. Completely challenging corner here. This is where drivers are understeering off the road. We saw Maras do this, and that's what I was simulating. Maras just clipping the curb and running off. You can see me kicking the little bit of oversteer coming off there. And the exit of turn number 8. Then into 9 and 10. 10 here at the left hander. Another difficult corner that the drivers were spinning up the tyres for. And then the braking zone, a really challenging braking zone. Into this corner here at the chicane for turns number 11 and 12. You can see Kent warming up the tyres. I'm going to move out of the way. I don't want to get in any competitor's way. That's not the intention for us in the spectator area. And we will now be lining up on the grid. I say we, I won't be. The AI can take control. And I will retire as soon as we get the opportunity to do so. So let's see how our drivers get on then for this feature race. 20 laps here at Zandvoort. I've got to wait until the lights go green. The feature race is live here at Zandvoort, and we are straight out and away we go. Towards turn 1, the cars barrel down towards. We've got Mitch GK still leading the way. Jamie's in second. We're ghosting a little bit here between the 2 VAR cars, which is not what we need in our lives. Mikey's still in 5th place. You've got a couple of cars. There's a bit of contact in the midfield. That's one of the high-tech cars. I think it was Anthony Hunt colliding with DXT Matty. Keep it in a straight line, lads. That's what we like to see. YB Maras is also involved in the fight as well, but it's really, really tight. A little bit more contact going on. Anthony Hunt's been shuffled down to 10th place. Oh, massive contact. And again, for Anthony Hunt's getting absolutely pulverised at the moment in this opening lap. Ash Tube up to 12th place. Bruce as well. Maras has dropped to 14th. It's very contained and very tight. You've got the 2 cars of Pramer and MP Motorsport going side by side. That's the high-tech getting that sideways, which is Kent. Gattuso is in the lead of this race, but there's all sorts of menageries going on here as they approach the chicane at turn 11-12. That's Maras getting thumped wide a little bit by Bjorn de Boer, who's already up to 14th place. So a great start for the Dams Lucas Oil car. So Spud moving down a few spots. He's gone very wide there on the exit of the final corner. A bit of a peculiar one. Matty Rudd trying to find a way through. They're almost going to be going 3 wide. No, not quite. It's going to be 2 wide. Then Ginger runs a little bit deep. He's opened the door for Matty Rudd to try and move through, but that is not going to happen for him. Let us get all of the telemetry open. We've got a mixed field of tyres as Ash tries to go past Anthony Hunt, but Anthony not having any of it in the high-tech. He goes back through, and the Road Motorsport driver of Ash 1212 is going to have to sit behind him for now. He's got IRC Bruce just in his wheel track. Side by side here for DXT Matty and Spud, but would have been especially brave. And that's Spud going down the field, facing the wrong way. Oh, that's a shame for Sir Spud. He just lost it on the curb all by himself, and round he went. Out at the front now, Gattuso taking full advantage of his poor sprint race. He leads the way. He's got soft tyres on. He's got his teammate behind him in Jamie. Mitch in third place in the medium tyres. O'Stephen in fourth. Nitro in fifth. Mikey running in sixth place. It's Ginger Tiger and Matty Rudd in seventh and eighth, who are really stalking the back of the Prema car. We ride on board with Ginger. DRS is available on the next lap, it seems, for these drivers. Whoa, I thought we were going to have a free wide there. Not quite. Mikey gets shuffled out wide, and that is Mitch round. So our pole sitter. Oh, contact between Ginger and Matty Rudd, and that was really unnecessary between the two drivers of the... Oh, and there's more contact between the two of them again. Leave each other a little bit of racing room. I have to say, there is more space on a Vogue cover magazine than the drivers are leaving this evening. It's a bit of a worry, to be honest. But clearly, they're getting up close and personal about it. Ashtube now ready to take part in this fight. Mikey no doubt saying to himself, I'm just trying to have a quiet race here, not get caught up in too many incidents. But Mikey on the medium tyres, Matty and Ginger both on the soft, so you can understand their urgency to try and overtake the cars around them, but don't take each other out, gentlemen. It would be a disaster. Now Mikey looking like a bit of a cork in the bottle, really, because not only has he been taken by Matty and Ginger, Ashtube is looking very quick behind him, as is Bruce. There's lots of action going on further back. I think Maras has been turned around, or he's turned himself around, but Ashtube is going to be on the inside for turn one. Mikey brakes later, but brakes too late, and he goes through, and Bruce just about holds off beyond the ball for now, but the sprint race winner trying to fix his way through. Can't quite manage it though. There's another yellow flag. Kent is out, and that's a safety car. Kent is off the road. Kent is off the road, and there's damage to DXT Matty, and I'm just wondering, he's got no front wing at all. Has DXT Matty come a cropper? Yeah, Kent's already saying he's not impressed. I wonder if him and Matty have made contact there. An absolute disaster. But strategically, this is going to be fascinating, because the drivers who started on soft tyres, this is the perfect time for a safety car. You know, these guys who are on the soft tyre, yes, they're going to lose track position, but they pit now, get the medium tyres on. We saw in the sprint, the medium tyre can last till the end of this race, so I'm expecting them now, hang on a minute. I'm expecting the soft tyre drivers to pop. Yeah, I think Jamie's intentionally holding everybody up here. And if that is the case, he will face a penalty for that, because he's not allowed to intentionally slow down to build another driver a gap. It's in the regulations, so that will be a penalty going the way of Jamie if he's been found to have been slowing down to assist his teammate. It's not something that you can do. The whole grid was together there. Everybody who was on soft tyres have bailed into the pits. Gattuso, who was our race leader, is no longer, but he has mediums that will go to the end of the race, as has Matty Rudd, Ginger Tiger, Bruce, Mitch GK, Ruddo 24, but he's going to have to pit. Yeah, he's going to have to pit again, Ruddo, because he started on the medium compound tyre, so that's not worked out too great for the original medium tyre runners. So DXT, Matty and Ruddo are going to have to pit again, so Spud won't need to. And he will be in 19th place, but he's going to make a lot of ground up. Going to make a lot of ground up on the drivers who are circulating, and the top 11 drivers, all on the medium compound tyre, they all still need to pit. So it's a net gain for Gattuso, Matty, Rudd, Ginger Tiger, IRC, Bruce, Mitch GK and Sir Spud, unless we have another safety car. But what a frenetic opening few laps here at Zandvoort, and it's gone about in the same vein. Who's that who I thought was just briefly feeling into the pits? I thought it was Ashton, but he decided against it. We've got a 3-second time penalty for DXT Matty, and I imagine that's going to be for track limits. 10 seconds for Sir Spud. I wonder if he sped in the pit lane. Yeah, Matty and Ruddo have both gone into the pits to put on a new set of mediums, and I think Sir Spud is going to serve his penalty. So those guys getting those issues out of the way now. And let's just have a look at the change in position. So Nitro up 5 places. That's much more like it from a driver who's been a race winner with Invictus before. Oh, Stephen up 2 spots, trying to get another podium. He got a 3rd place in the F1 league that we had earlier this season at Abu Dhabi. Ashtube up 11 spots. Great start for him. And obviously Bjorn de Boer as well up 13 spaces. Clips up 11, Shortbread up 8. But we're yet to see how the drivers further back, who can go to the end of the race now, we're yet to see how they do. Because these guys are going to have a lot of different changes going on. And look, Matty, Ruddo and Sir Spud, they now have brand new sets of medium Pirelli yellow wall tyres on. And they can come back to the rest of the pack. I can't imagine the safety car is going to go in now at this point. Being an exceptionally late call, but I'd be exceptionally surprised is how I would describe myself in that scenario. But we've just had the one DNF. And that was in the form of Kent rather. And Kent has just said what happened was that someone went off at turn 1, came back on track and wiped him out. And that's, yeah, he's not best pleased. He's not best pleased. I feel sorry for Kent. He got caught out in the first race, and then he's been caught out in the feature. You know, he's going to score 0 points from these 2 events, which is not befitting of a driver who led the championship in Formula 1 last season with Invictus. You know, certainly capable of a lot more than that. So, shame for Kent. That means we've lost one high-tech car. The other high-tech car of Anthony Hunt is in the points. But he is yet to make a pit stop, and those drivers that have got either 2-lap or 1-lap old tyres, those are the guys who will be able to race till the end. All of those that are in 11th or above, they will have to make another pit stop, and around here that's going to be worth about 20 plus seconds. So it's going to be a tall order for those drivers to get back in the points without assistance from another safety car. But I imagine, there we go, I was just about to say, I imagine the safety car will be in this lap, and there is race control giving that. So XL Jamie, he is now responsible for leading this pack in a safe and fair manner. Can't be seen to be slowing down. In an unreasonable manner, in a dangerous way. He's going to lead the pack, warming up. Oh, he spun! I cannot believe... Have you ever seen anything like that before? Our race leader has spun, and Nitro Gas says, thank you very much, I'm off sunshine, and the Invicta car and those Stephen and Ashtube have romped away from the rest of the field who've just been caught out by it. Mikey's going to be in 4th, but he's got a whole stream of cars all trying to overtake him. Bjorn de Boer on the inside at turn 1. Mikey giving him the racing room, and Bjorn de Boer goes through. Mikey still fighting on the outside. Oh, he's gone on the curb. He's going to go into the gravel, I think. Yeah, he does. He's got to rejoin as best as he can. It's going to be quite tricky for him at that point of the corner. He gets back on, but a nightmare for him. XL Jamie rejoined in 12th, so I wonder if Jamie's got the car turned around, and that's left this gap, because there's a huge gap between Lion Agreesby in 11th and 2.5 seconds back to XL Jamie, so I wonder if he was just recovering, got back on track and went again. Nightmare stuff. Oh, contact between Gattuso and Maras at turn 8. Nitrogash can't believe his luck, I imagine. He sat there and he did the right thing. He just burst straight away. He put his foot down as soon as he saw the VAR of Jamie go round. He's already outside of a second of DRS here. So it's going to be Ashtube looking to overtake FRL O'Stephen in the Trident car in front of us. Let's see as he closes the gap. DRS not enabled on this lap, but Bjorn is on the inside of Klipskiri. He moves for 4th place, but Ashtube and FRL O'Stephen have made the changes. Matty Rudd and Gattuso side by side. They got Matt Lion Agreesby watching the two of them, and through into 9th place goes Gattuso. And these two of Gattuso and Matty Rudd. That was a bit messy. Gattuso and Matty Rudd, these two drivers on the medium compound tyre. These are the guys that can go to the end of the race, so they're making the most progress out of anybody at the moment. Lion Agreesby, Jamie are the two who have slipped down a little bit. Oh, I think Ginger Tiger ran into the back of Jamie. Gets back on the circuit. What is Ginger and Jamie doing there? That's not what we want to see. That was a bit of a mess. Yellow flags out. Ginger Tiger seemingly out of the running. That seemed a bit messy to me. But Nitrogash leads the way on lap 9 as we start the next lap here at Zandvoort onto lap number 10. It's Ashtube in second. O'Stephen's got Bjorn de Boer with him, along with Clips and Shortbread, who's on the inside in the ART. Can he go round into 5th place? Well, Clips is on the curb, giving it his best, but he can't hold on to 5th position. That's a change for the top 5. Bjorn de Boer doing everything he can. He's trying to get past O'Stephen, but O'Stephen, we know how good defensively he can be in the Trident. We've seen him in F1. He's happy to hold everyone up, and he's all over the shop, trying to defend, but he's left the door open. And can Bjorn de Boer, our sprint race winner, go through? He's on the inside again at turn 8. That's O'Stephen. Wow, great bit of car control from the Trident driver. He just about survives. I'm not quite sure how, but O'Stephen lost the back end, got away with it. He moves back down the field into 7th, and Gattuso, this might be an easy pass. He's got a little bit better, fresher rubber. Going to be on the outside into the chicane. They're both going to go off the road. Yep, Gattuso's just going to leave his car in, side pod to side pod, and they make contact. I feel that this has all the hallmarks of being a huge accident at some point, and Maras and Gattuso almost proving my prediction to be correct. Lion Agreesby goes past. Shortbread moves up into 3rd. Shortbread not having any issues with those medium tyres. He still feels quite feisty. DXT Matty. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so hard to keep up with the action. DXT Matty is hanging on to 13th place. He's got Mitch GK in front of him. I was just about to say he's got Bruce behind him, but it's actually Ruddo. They've swapped places in the AIX cars. Look at this. Gattuso squeezes past O'Stephen, and I think Matty Rudd isn't going to give him any small quarter. He goes past. and up into 9th position. Oh, as Maras runs into the back of Lion of Greasby there. Ashtube has caught up to our race leader. I'm just going to move it forward. So can the Road and Motorsport car get in front of the Invicta? One's at the front, one's at the back. Ashtube, sensible enough. Beyond the Board goes past. Oh, how late was that chop from Gattuso? Round the outside for Matty Rudd, but there's not going to be enough grip around there. Lion of Greasby in the pits for the soft tyres. So I wonder if Lion of Greasby's thought, I'll do the undercut, I'll get out of the traffic and get a new set of boots on. Might be a smart play that for the Prema driver. We'll wait to see. Mitch GK in 11th. DXT Matty now has Ruddo behind him. There's a yellow flag out there, and that's for Jamie, who... yeah, at the moment for Jamie, to be honest with you, I think his favourite artist at the moment is Kylie Minogue. And he is spinning around, but never mind. Long way to go. There's Matty in 19th place. Lion of Greasby. There's so many Mattys that I keep calling other people Matty, but Lion of Greasby's name is, funny enough, Matty in any case. And he's now got those soft tyres on, and he's got a nice gap to just push those tyres now. See if it makes any difference for him. Back at the front, Nitro has got he's got his skates on. He's got back past Ashtube for the lead of the race as we were watching XL Jamie respin his car around. But Ashtube is going to go back through, and yeah, Nitro in the pits, Beyond the Board in the pits, Shortbread as well has carried on. Clips is in the pits. So a couple of people electing to stay out. That's brought Gattuso up to 4th. Oh, FR Stevens got a penalty. Mitch GK, he's up to a net 3rd position. Maras still fighting in 7th place. Ruddo's there in 8th. He's just overtaken DXT Matty 22. There's Bruce, there's Sir Spud, Mikey in 12th. Yet to pit. And Ginger is in front of that lot. So it's Nitro who emerges. He's got the soft tyres. Beyond the Board's there, Clips is there, O'Steven is there, and then it's Lion of Greasby. So Lion of Greasby pitted a little bit earlier, but doesn't look like the undercut was as powerful as was anticipated. Back in the fight for a podium spot, Anthony Hunt currently holds on to 3rd place. But for how much longer? Because he's got these freshly shodden medium compound runners behind him, and he looks like he's struggling a little bit on traction. That is a difficult corner for the F2 cars, admittedly. Oh, Hunt running wide. Which way does Gattuso go? I imagine he's going to go up to the top banking. Our race leader is in the pits. Everybody else is in the pit. Oh, Shortbread gets a penalty. Nightmare for him. So Gattuso has the lead of the race, but he's got Matty Rudd following him. It's Mitch GK in 3rd. Ruddo up to 4th. DXT Matty in 5th. IRC Bruce is 6th. So Spud, he has... I'm waiting for the game to calculate where he is. He has a 4-second gap to Ginger, who's just sneaked in front of Ashtube. Then there's this train of cars. Beyond the Board, Nitro, Shortbread. Oh, Shortbread trying to go up the inside of Nitro. Can't get the power down early enough. He's been battling with Clips as well all through the race. This has been great fun to watch. We are lap 14 of 20. Anthony Hunt, I don't think he could... I mean, to be honest with you, he got any closer, he'd be moving into his cockpit at that point, was Anthony's, that the gap between himself and O'Steven, but nevertheless, and keep it nice and clean. Lion of Greasby just behind them as well. Oh, that is, I think, Ashtube. Did he touch the curb then? We'll never know, but Clips is trying to fend off Ashtube, and as is Nitro Gash with Shortbread, but Shortbread's on the curb, and that's just going to unsettle the car. Take a breath, everybody. There's a long way to go. Ginger doing his best to try and hold up Beyond the Board. And he's doing a good job, because it's allowing Nitro to just stick with the sprint race winner. DRS wide open. Beyond the Board's going to go through. And here comes Nitro with the Supersonic. Down the inside, and the Invicta car moves through. and stop Shortbread from following through as well. So Ginger playing the ultimate team game here, sacrificing himself so that Nitro can stay in front. There's a yellow flag. I think that's Maras who's gone round. Shortbread with those soft tyres is doing absolutely everything he can to try and go past at turn number 7. He's going to go all the way around the outside. What a move from Shortbread. That was great racecraft. Fair props to Ginger Tiger as well. It didn't end in an accident. That was a fantastic move. The ART moves into the top 10. That was brave, it was bold, but it was brilliant. Well done on that manoeuvre. There's a yellow flag. I think Matty Rudd's had a little spin. He has. He's had a little half spin. So Gattuso has a 1.6 second gap. Well, it would have been to Mitch GK, but he's got a time penalty. So Ruddo is realistically his on-track rival in 3rd place. Can the AIX driver get past Mitch and go after our race leader? Then it's Matty Rudd who's on for a net 3rd as Bjorn de Boer sets the new fastest lap of the race. And he's right behind Sir Spud now. Do these guys on the soft tyres, do they have enough? Look at that feather back between Ginger Tiger and Ash Tube. Getting a little bit personal, I think, between these guys. Ash Tube trying to go all the way around the outside at turn 3. They just need to give each other racing room. They've just about done that. I've never seen tyres get so rubbed up against one another since I was in a rubber factory. But that at the minute, Ash Tube on the inside goes through and uses those soft tyres well. And he's into the top 11. Shortbread now the next driver trying to get past Sir Spud, and he's going to use another of his outside of the corner overtakes, and he uses those soft tyres to great effect. Shortbread up into the top 8. It's a shame about his penalty. He's got 10 seconds worth there at the moment. That might just drop him out of the points, I feel. But on his debut, he's definitely putting a good shift in the ART car. So Spud's going to get overtaken by Clips, Ruddo and Mitch side by side at turn 1, and Gattuso picks up a track limits violation. 3-second time penalty coming his way, and that means Ruddo is your net race leader. New fastest lap of the race. It's so hard to keep up with all of the action. I'm doing my absolute utmost. Beyond the ball back in front of Shortbread. But Gattuso has a 3-second time penalty. And that'll mean he will drop out of the lead. He might hang on to second because Matty Rudd is 2 seconds away. RC Bruce is in 6th. Well, he won't be if he keeps going off the road like that. Bjorn de Boer is now taking Shortbread with him to see if they can catch up to those guys. They are looking very fast at the moment. We just have a look at the penalty situation. There we are. So quite extreme. It's either 3 seconds or 10, to be honest. And what I'd like to see is the fastest lap. And yeah, those guys on the soft tyres, especially Shortbread and Bjorn de Boer and Clips, they're almost 2 seconds or so faster than the medium tyre runners. I don't think they're going to have enough time to catch up. There's a yellow flag out there. I think that's for Nitro going backwards. So Invictus are going to have to chalk this one off. It's not been an ideal race for them. Shortbread to the inside at turn 1. That should be a move complete, but Bjorn not giving it up. He's on the outside. Nice amount of racing room given between the two, and Shortbread gets a taste of his own medicine from the Dams Lucas Oil car, and Bjorn de Boer remains in 7th, and they're both catching IRC Bruce. So AIX were looking like they were going to get 1st and maybe 6th place. That looks like it's going to change. Anthony Hunt looks like he's trying to make an overtake on Sir Spud. Yeah, he definitely is, but that is for the last spot inside the points playing positions. Just to cut forward, it's Gattuso leading the way on circuit. But as I mentioned before, the penalty situation is going to drop him to 2nd place. Mitch is going to disappear from the podium fight completely. We might hang on to the top 8 though. Excuse me. But Gattuso leads the way on track. Gattuso, though, is under heavy pressure, and Ruddo will want to overtake him. He won't do it on this lap. I think Mitch has just went for a lunge, and yeah, he's just backed out of it, actually. I think Mitch realised he made a bit of a mistake there and dived in a bit too deep behind Ruddo. Matty Rudd in 4th, DXT Matty in 5th place, Bjorn de Boer in 6th. So they both now, Bjorn de Boer and Shortbread, got past IRC Bruce. So Bruce will now just be desperately trying to hang on. He's got 2 seconds to Ash Tube and Clips Curry. Bruce will finish inside the top 10 unless he decides to find the gravel trap. What about Lionel Greasby? He's right with Sir Spud. He's the next driver. Spud sadly has just gone backwards. He was unlucky in the end. Just seemed to have his positioning a little bit out with the rest of the drivers who pitted early for mediums. But alas, Spud will be having fun. He always does. He's a great driver. One who is a pure demonstration of how drivers can improve over seasons and enjoying league racing, and Spud is definitely the accompaniment of that. But here comes Ruddo towards turn 1. He's going to be in front. He takes the lead on track. Gattuso's going to try and hang it around the outside, but he's not going to get that move done. Matty Rudd moves up to 3rd, and I think Mitch is serving his penalty, but if I'm being honest, I think that's a bit ill-advised. I don't think that was the wisest thing to have done for Mitch, because that's going to drop him outside of the podium places, and he hasn't even got rid of his penalty. He has now, but he's not going to get any points, so I think he would have had a better chance at keeping that penalty. But Ruddo has the race lead. He's going to have 1st place unless Gattuso can overtake him on circuit and it turns out one of his penalties isn't fair. But Gattuso doesn't want to give it up. He doesn't want to give it up. The reigning champion from our F1 league on F1 24! That's his chance gone. He was pushing so hard, he wanted to take that back on track. He's not going to get it now. So, Ruddo 24, up 16 spaces. What a drive it has been from the AIX man. He finished 2nd in the sprints. He had a great battle there. He's not just going to have 2nd this time around, no. He's taken the victory here for the feature race in Formula 2. It's Ruddo 24 who wins it. Gattuso will take 2nd place. There's another yellow flag out there for Anthony Hunt. 3rd goes the way of Matty Rudd. Bjorn de Boer ends up 4th thanks to penalties. Around 5th place for DXT Matty 22. So the Dams Oil Cars, they're 4th and 5th. Bruce snatches 6th from Ash Tube by a 10th of a second. He just held on. Clips is 8th. Shortbread ends up in 9th position. Ginger Tiger, Lionel Greasby and Nitro Gash are the last of your point scorers. So Spud, Anthony Hunt, YB Maris, Mikey, Mitch, XL Jamie and FRLO Stephen will be your last classified finishers. And can O Stephen overtake Jamie on circuit? He's going to try. We're right on board with him. He won't have DRS. Jamie tries to chop him up a few too many times actually, but he'll get the place anyway. O Stephen will take 18th in the end. Driver of the day for the feature goes to Ruddo 24, and that's to be expected. From 17th on the grid, it was a fabulous effort from him, and he will undoubtedly be leading the F2 Mini League Championship by virtue of these opening 2 races. The 1st and the 2nd, the only other driver who will be close will be, off the top of my head, it will be our sprint race winner, Bjorn de Boer, who got 4th and the race win in the sprint. 4th just now in the feature race. So let's have a look at the podium celebrations. Ruddo celebrating with his chief engineer there. But let's go through it. So that's where we are here at Zandvoort for our mini F2 league. Ruddo takes the victory from Gattuso. Matty Rudd is 3rd, his 1st podium for quite some time within IRL for Matty. Well done to him. Bjorn de Boer and DXT Matty are 4th and 5th Dams, with AIX's other driver Bruce in 6th. Ash Tube Clips, the 7th and 8th. Shortbread, what could have been in 9th place. Ginger Tiger, Lion Agreesby, and like I said before, Nitric Ash are the last of our point scorers. So Spud, Anthony Hunt, Maras, Mikey, Mitch, O'Stephen, Jamie all had their issues. Kent was a non-finisher who brought out the earlier safety car. Well, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, those two races were incredible with the amount of action that we had on circuit. It was so challenging to hold on to all of the fights on circuit. There was so much going on with different strategies playing out, but fundamentally, we ended up having Ruddo as our feature race winner and Bjorn de Boer as our sprint race winner. Kelvin saying in the comments, what a hard race. What a hard race it was to commentate on, to be honest with you. It was a challenge. So that's round 1 of our mini league season. Next week we will be off to Azerbaijan and Baku for round number 2. The drivers will have a lot of fighting and a lot to say about tonight's racing, I'm sure. If you're watching and you want to get involved, do check us out on our Twitter page, our Instagram and Facebook. We are all available on there. If you've got any questions, you want the Discord link, do send IRL a message. We will get back to you and we'll send you the Discord link for you through there if you wish, or if you get it from other means, by all means do take part. We will be of course racing on F125, but that's not out for a few weeks yet, so right now we're making the most of F124 before the end of life comes into effect. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how everybody gets on next week. We will post all of the drivers' standings and race statistics as well from this week's event on our socials, so do check them out, like I say, on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, or X if you prefer to call it that. I'm old fashioned, I suppose. But wherever you might be in the big wide world, have a good one. We will see you for the next one here in Invictus Racing League.